Hello, everybody. I assume that almost everybody who's listening to this is aware of what a V model is. But anyway, in case anybody doesn't know, I'll just try to explain V model briefly. Now, V model is basically meant for software development, but automotive industry borrowed that model and it is using the same V model for developing a lot of complex systems also. Both hardware and also software is being developed with the help of V model. And exactly in this context, I am going to explain in detail the various simulations that are happening during the development of during the V model process. Okay, let me put it differently. When you develop a particular system or a software using the V model, on the way in the path you have to indulge in lot of simulation process. Okay, those simulations we are going to touch upon in a very detailed manner. But let me briefly give you an idea what exactly is this V model. V model for automotive development. V model is a software embedded product development process that helps ensure thorough testing and quality by matching each development phase with testing phase. For every development phase, there will be a testing phase. I'll explain to you in the coming slides. It is also known as verification and validation model. But there's a slight difference of opinion here. Some people say it is called V model because there are two V's in alphabet V's in verification and validation. And some people say it is called V model because of the shape of the process. But anyway, either way, let's assume either way it is correct. Now, how exactly does this V model work? V model, the first step in V model is requirements analysis, gather and document the system requirements. This whole thing is very clearly explained in system engineering, which you will find in the same training session. System design, create high level design specifications, implementation, develop the system, testing, test the system against requirements. Now, what are the main benefits of the V model? First major benefit is early issue detection. Catch big bugs and early in the process. I think it is common sense or rather a common knowledge that earlier you catch the bug or earlier you eradicate or eliminate the error, more cost effective it is. And this V model clearly facilitates the removal of bugs and errors in the as early as possible. Next important benefit is improved quality. Ensure the system is built correctly. Because V model is a very structured way to develop a particular system, the quality is highly assured. Next is faster development. Save time by testing earlier in the process. Now, not only are we eliminating bugs and errors early in the process, we are also testing in a proactive manner. That's the right word. In the V model, we test at various gates at various levels in a very proactive manner. That way, we ensure the efficacy and the correctness of the developed system so far until then. You understand this? So whatever is developed so far until then, the correctness is being tested in a proactive manner. Next important benefit of V model is provide clear traceability between requirements, design, implementation, and testing. To put it simply, V model splits the development process into two parts. The left arm of the V consists of the requirement analysis, function design, and software development, while the right arm concentrates on the verification and validation activities followed by the release. As I said, there is clear-cut traceability between the development and testing. The V model is an extension of waterfall methodology. Now, I think everybody is aware that there is a waterfall methodology and also agile methodology. V model is basically a waterfall methodology where we go to the next step only when the previous step is completed. V model emphasizes testing, particularly the need for early test planning. Each phase of the V model aligns with the ASPICE standard and helps in clearly defining a life cycle. And it is very useful when the project scope is very clear. When the development team has solid understanding, a clear cut clarity about the understanding of the requirements. For similar projects with clear requirements, use cases, the V model is often used in various verticals like automotive, aerospace, defense, etc. The evolution. The V model is evolving to accommodate new architectures and deployment strategies. Slowly but surely, model not only is ensuring the development in a structured manner, it is evolving to accommodate new architectures and deployment strategies. Okay, as I said, let me recollect once again. V model is an extension of, or rather, improvement of waterfall method. V model, uh, V model is a process originating from software development that has well established itself, as well as development of complex, safe, critical systems in avionics and automotive domain. What are all the major challenges? Why is this V model gaining so much prominence? Because it is helping the developers to overcome several challenges. Several challenges arise as the vehicle are moving, especially in the region of ADAS. Several challenges are arising as the vehicles are moving up the various levels of ADAS, and so several intermediate simulations are required to ensure the correctness of the development. The main challenges are interaction with human traffic participation. Okay, I'm talking about the ADAS. Takeover situations between human driver and automation. So there is, at some situations, a human driver has to take over from the computer. Now more and more situations are of such situations are arising. So a driver, even though he is handing over the driving to the computer, has to be alert, at least up to L2 level. Operation in highly complex and hardly predictable environments, loss of human driver as fallback level, and changing safety critical requirements during product life cycle. So functional requirements are also drastically changing. So these are all the various challenges that development engineers are facing, and V model is helping those engineers to overcome those challenges in a seamless, easy manner. Now, if you see the diagram on the right side, that is not exactly accurate, but here you can see as we are developing, we are having various levels of simulations. Okay, first level of simulation is you develop the model in MATLAB and generate the software based on the model. This is called model based design. And once the model is developed, you check the efficacy of the model, the correctness of the model through a process called model in loop. This is called model in loop. And use once the model correctness is verified, you develop a software model, based on a model. Okay, so after the software is generated, again the software correctness is tested using software in loop. And once the software is loop is completed, next comes processor in loop. I'll be explaining what are all these in loop mechanisms in very clearly in the coming videos. As of now, you please note down this order. And next comes hardware in loop. Next comes driver in loop, and next comes vehicle in loop. I'll clearly explain what these are meaning of all these various in loop testing means. Okay, as of now, the emphasis is on explaining what these various simulation procedures are. And just to give you a brief prologue, I explained to you what V model is. Okay, so please understand, as a part of development of a system through V model, several simulations, virtual testing are included, which are outlined. And all the various virtual types of testing are explained elaborately. Thank you.